Aljamain Sterling went against Sandhagen.
Why hasn't he come on the show?
Now, here's the thing. You don't have his number?
No. Do
You have his number?
it? You have it.
I don't know. Well, maybe he's trying to call in the conference call.
No, he's not. You're such a smart ass.
What? Who woke you up? But here's the thing. My take, and I was pissed off about this. Aljamain, who has been in the top 3 as a contender under Ceruto for the last probably 2 years, he had to take a fight against Sandhagen. Not taking anything away from Sandhagen. But what happened? Peter Yan, who was very deserving of a title fight for a vacated title, is going against Jose Aldo. Not Aljamain. Not Sandhagen. They're recycling another veteran.
Well, I will say what they said about Aljamain Sterling.
And what happened in that fight?
Well,
how long did Aljamain take
he
to
looked
prove
fantastic.
that he should be in that damn title fight?
He looked fantastic. And by the way, Joe Rogan said after that card, the most impressive fighter on that card, and it was a great card, was Sterling. He said Sterling was the most impressive fighter on that card.
And it was a good card. I'm not going to take that away.
No, it was a great card.
Good card.
It was a great card.
It was a lot of fun fights to watch and everything. It was good. But, like we said, and you saw Jillian post it, you saw Ricky post it, you saw me post it, you saw you post it, Aljamain liked it, everybody liked it, Peter Yan liked it. Jose didn't. But it's okay, we don't care about him. Anyway, he should have been in, and right now, the way they're turning these fights around, after that fight that Aljamain had, I would still put him in that title fight against Peter Yan.
Well, you know, and I know that
It won't happen, but I still would do it.
It's all about money, and they don't think Sterling is going to bring the fannies to the
They're
seats.
out of their damn mind.
I'm just telling you what they think.
Everybody should know what happens when you have a New York fighter in the market that New York is, especially when it comes to pay-per-view stuff with all that ridiculous crap they're doing with the ESPN. You know what I mean? You got to buy 85 things. You know what I mean? If Mike Washington is listening, Mike Washington, anytime I bring this thing up about ESPN,
he was listening.
I always got to bring Mike into this because Mike should give tutorials on how to work this thing. But anyway, for all the crap that you have to do to actually watch a pay-per-view, there would be so many buys if you had Aljamain in there. When you have a New York fighter in it, and I'm not saying it because where we are, it's just the truth. When you have that big market going into a title fight, it changes things. It does change things. And not to mention, Aljamain has been around for so damn long. You don't need to worry about this being another.
He's going to sell me a house?
That doesn't. Listen, you want to know something? I'll say this. And Tommy can vouch for this. Mike Washington, everybody can vouch for this. When you see Aljamain at a amateur fight,
yes, at that event, yes,
you would not even. He doesn't come across as that top 2 contender.
Oh, come on. Last time I saw Sterling, he was wearing this thick necklace that looked like Run DMC was wearing. Okay?
No, I'm not saying about the way the guy dresses. I'm saying about the way. You don't
He
see
stands
him,
out.
He stands out, but he doesn't do it with. He doesn't go out of his way to say, look at me, look at me. He doesn't do it.
I don't think he does that, no.
You know, when his brothers are fighting and such in the amateur division and stuff, he doesn't. He makes it about them. He's the last guy you see come out.
Well,
he's not the first guy.
Go
ahead,
Tom.
Tom.
Anthony. You could say that about so many guys from Long Island. Look at one of my favorite fighters, Brian Keller. And his last fight against Cory Sandhagen. You know, even Joe Rogan said this guy will be back. I mean, he won nicely in the May show. We fought what's his name, Hunter Azor. But and he looked great. I love Brian Keller and his brother Mac. I trained with them when I was coaching at East West MMA. They were incredible guys. They went to work. They went to go train with Maxim, and these guys I knew Brian was just an amazing fighter, but a gentleman, a champion. He'll be back. So we groomed that kind of fighter from Long Island. Whether you're talking about Aljamain or whatnot, these guys are champions. They're amazing. Getting back to what Errol was talking about, the MMA. Where is it, Dana? Dana's had some, he's put these guys on, and they are entertaining. We will pay for them, to watch them at the UFCs in Florida. Look at Textera fight. Look at some of those fights were just absolutely amazing. And you talked about guys like Conor McGregor. Well, you know what? Nobody really cares at the end of the day. Right. You're only as good as your last fight. And that's it, And in the world, we do have the Iceman and the Natural and all that who went on to movies, and we love them. But at the end of the day, these guys, you fight, you win, you're famous, and then it's not like boxing where these guys like, fighting, until they're too old and they shouldn't be. The average lifespan of an MMA guy is only 4 years, unless he's winning candidly and whatever. But they're in, they're out, they make their money, and they have careers after that. Or somebody like Matt Serra, the godfather of MMA on Long Island. Yeah, he's always going to be a champion. We're going to love him, but he did.
We'll love him, Tom. Tom will love him. Some other people don't love him. We love him. We like him. We have good experiences with him. We find him funny. You know what I mean? We appreciate him and such. Some other people, may they remain nameless, but some other people don't show their gratitude, quote unquote, towards guys like Matt Serra.
We can go on to people like Al Iaquinta and Chris Wade that are just amazing individuals, both in and out of the cage, and the list goes on and on. Matt is always going to be somebody very special to us Long Islanders, and if you're a real MMA fan, this guy was just amazing. I was at a show where I was reffing in Boston not that long ago, and Matt Hughes was there. And again, despite what this man has gone through with the train wreck and whatnot, just a legend in MMA, and that's him and Matt and guys like that. But MMA still has great fights to offer. The UFC, whether it's marquee guys like Conor, whatnot, who cares? There's still some tremendous talent out there, and we saw it in the last 3. Right, think about it. UFC put on 3 fights in 1 month. They all sold out on pay-per-view, not because of COVID and we were desperate to watch something, but there were some amazing fights on those cards.
Mm-hmm. No, and I'm not saying that they're not good fights. I'm crying for that next superstar. I'm sorry. I'm crying for that next superstar.
Talk about the fights that were in the UFC, like the what was his name, Matt Brown.
Matt Brown,
and, Miguel Baez. How cool was that fight? It was just an amazing fight.
You know what's funny? Because
you don't agree.
And no. Anthony.
What a Texera Smith fight.
Anthony sat here and he picked Matt Brown to win the fight.
I said that Matt Brown always has a puncher's chance. That guy always makes the battle, and nobody.
It's funny that you said it.
I was actually picking him to win the fight because that guy, honestly, he's always you can't count him out. That's what my point is. A lot of people, regardless of what they want to say, was I wrong? Yeah, I was wrong this time,
Jeff.
But I'm just saying, Tom, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But it was to the point that it was a quality fight, and if you were paying for the pay-per-view to watch it, you have no complaints.
Right.
You have no complaints. It's when UFC puts on a card without any star power, and the fight sucked.
Right.
Then you complain. Then you don't want to spend your $60. But for the most part, the cards have been really good. Whether you're watching Texera or you're watching, what's that guy's name? Sangdang.
Sangdang.
Yeah.
Oh, the Korean zombie?
Yeah. What's that?
The Korean zombie?
The Koreans. I'm sorry. I enjoyed the 3 cards that they put on in Florida.
Oh, Joe Suggs is taking shots at somebody. He's saying, "Who can really sit down and listen to this Yankee?" LOL. And Joe Suggs says, "Look like someone does his own eyebrows." LOL.
Well, obviously
Joe,
they're not talking about me.
Well, that's not talking about you. Unfortunately, Joe, if you got a problem with my eyebrows, you can any day you want to call this show and complain and open your damn mouth. I'll give it to you, man. I have no problem saying what I feel about it. I don't even know who you are, but you know what? You got a lot to say. You want to laugh? I can laugh at you too, my friend.
Why do you get so emotional?
Listen, I'm not emotional. I'm just talking the truth.
You're a little emotional.
No, dude, you want to see emotional? You want to see emotional?
I saw it.
Come on, man.
I've seen it the last 90 minutes.
You saw it the last 90 minutes because you know how I get when I'm doing everything over here on the other side.
But I'm just saying, you get what you see.
I got something for you.
Go ahead, let's hear it.
I'm in the middle of work. I got something for you.
Hit me.
I think, Anthony, tell me if I'm wrong.
Go ahead.
Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm working with, I work for Barstool Sports, Rough and Rowdy. Yeah, we've got something that we're putting together. Errol, I got to get you in the ring. I got to put 16-ounce gloves on you.
I'll do it
and put you in there.
I do it. Yeah, it's funny that you say that because I've already come out and said that I want to come back as a, exhibition fight. I will absolutely in the next 6 or 7 months when everything starts to. I would love to come back and fight somebody. I've said this. I've said it on the show. I do not fear it. I'm ready to do it. I'm going to have to get back into training. I already lost 20 pounds. You could say it. I've lost 20 pounds. I've lost 20 pounds. I'm ready to go, man. I'll fight at 185. I've already said it. I have no fear whatsoever to get into a ring. I'm going
to broker this deal for you.
Octagon or whatever the hell they want to put me in there.
I'm going to broker this deal for you with Tommy right now.
All right.
I'm going to broker this deal.
Let's do it.
One of the requirements, Tom, for his opponent, his opponent needs to wear denim cargo shorts. Mm-hmm. Let's make this an official rough and rowdy.
What do you think? I'm the Incredible Hulk or something?
I didn't say you did. His opponent. Your opponent does.
So he's going to wear denim,
He's got to wear Jargos. He's got to wear Jargos. We got to make this official rough and rowdy stuff.
Get out of here.
He's got to wear Jargos. Possibly. I'm telling you.
The whole thing of rough and rowdy is what they do to the videos and the opponents talking smack about one another. I just think you got that person. I was just thinking of you going.
It would work out so well.
This is exactly what.
Where's the next one supposed to be?
It's all about. That I'm working on right now with Chris Smith. And
where's the possibility? Are we talking north or south of the Mason-Dixon?
Well, I'm hoping that we bring it to Mississippi.
Beautiful. There we go.
Really cool,
mullet. The guy's got to have a mullet. Jargos. And his family tree can't fork.
I will tell you this, and there's no doubt in my mind, I will put fannies in the seats. I will.
And he's got to come out to the theme music to Deliverance.
We
need dueling banjos.
I'm watching you guys, and I'm listening, and that's the only thing that's going through my mind. But this would be so epic. I was watching Dave Portnoy's live thing of the Pizza Man and whatnot.
Yeah.
You popped into my mind as nobody more entertaining than watching David do his video
reviews.
broadcast.
Well, it's funny. It's funny.
Popped into my mind.
It's funny that you say that. We're actually working on something right now with some of the colleges out here where we're going to actually go around and. It's not going to be like beer money. We're going to actually go around and crack jokes and play games, but kind of ask questions in mixed martial arts and sports. And we're going to go around and they can win money and ask them silly questions about some of the shows and just the different people that we're going to interview throughout the different colleges that we're going to go to. I think it's going to be a big draw on social media. I really do. I think we're going to be very, very funny.